Gentlemen, start your engines.
Okay. Yeah.
Ready to roll. NASCAR's oldest and many would say most exciting division, the Modifieds. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Joy alongside the newest member of the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway Hall of Fame, Dr. Dick Berggren. You know, everybody wants to win Loudon. That's what they all say in the spring race. Everybody wants to win Bristol. But now, it's not just I really want to win New Hampshire instead of all the Cup people looking on from the Cup garage, but we've got a championship at stake. And counting today, there's only 3 races to go.
Yeah, and we've got some people who have not yet won in 2010. Mike Stefanik, who has won more races in this tour than anybody else, hasn't won yet. I talked to him this morning. He is so fired up about this race. We're all fired up about this race.
All right. Let's have a look at the point standings. 3 races to go. Bobby Santos, whose grandfather was a great modified ace, is the point leader. Ted Christopher trying for another crown. Mike Stefanik has more championship rings than any active driver in NASCAR. Todd Zegedy's a former champion. Then Silk Priest, Rudolph Goodale, Beers, and Bonsignori are the top 10. On pit road, another fellow who grew up with these open wheelers, Bob Dillner.
And Mike, for so many reasons today here at the Magic Mile, it is a battle of ages. You can start with the guy behind me. 5th in the qualifying order here today, Eddie Flemke, just 55 years young. He's got the age, he's got the wisdom, but right next door, he's your point lead, 24-year-old Bobby Santos III. He is on a roll this year and looking for his first NASCAR crown. But right next door, Ryan Preece, just 19 years young. He's a winner on the Whelen Modified Tour and a very strong competitor here today. Alongside of him, starting on the outside of the front row, Todd Zegedy. Todd Zegedy, a former winner at the Magic Mile, has one of the best cars continuously here at this mile racetrack. But everybody today gunning for one car, and that's the number 7 car, driven by that man, the man that's won 2 of the biggest modified races this year, Ryan Newman. He's got a big bullseye on his car here today, guys. In fact, I spoke to his crew chief, Gary Putnam, during the Cup practice, and I said, "You gonna put that bullseye on the car?" Gary simply told me, "I don't need to, it's already there."
Yeah, it's right there in the driver's seat, and here's why. He won the summer race here at New Hampshire and then climbed back aboard Kevin Mannion's number 7 for the race at Bristol Motor Speedway that you saw on Speed. You're riding with Newman as he gets alongside Ted Christopher. Tiny bit of bump and run there. And then went for the lead against Mike Stefanik and did it the hard way around the outside. And never looked back. So in the 3 big races of the Tour this year, Ryan Newman is 2 for 2. Why is it so important for these Tour regulars to want to beat Ryan Newman today?
Just because he has been so strong, Mike, he has been so dominant, and I have talked to virtually everybody that's got a shot to win this thing, and not one driver believes that Ryan Newman has a lock on the win today. They all think that they can beat him. Every one of them thinks that.
Pace car rolls the field, beginning to pull out now. Newman still getting belted in. You see the starting lineup across the top of the screen. At this, the south end of the Speedway, grandstands and the infield haulers of the Modifieds, the American Canadian Tour Series and K&N Pro Series. At the north end of the track is where all of the Sprint Cup haulers are, and there'll be folks aplenty watching from the tops of those. The Magic Mile, 1 mile around, 100 laps the distance, and a banking that increases by 5 degrees from bottom to top. So let's give you the speed spotlight on several of the drivers in this field gunning for the championship. First to Bob.
And the first guy we're going to talk about is the leader in the point chase right now, stopping on the track to adjust his wheel. Bobby Santos had such a great start to this season, won 3 out of the first 4 races, but honestly, the Mystic Missile team has struggled as of late. They got the title lead back just recently, but Bobby Santos wants a win at the Magic Mile. In fact, I asked him this morning, I said, are you going to run for points or are you going to run for the victory? He merely said, hey, I know Teddy Christopher's not running for points. I'm going for the trophy.
Well, you're talking about Teddy Christopher, car number 36. Last night at Stafford Speedway, Ryan Preece and he got together. Christopher spun this morning in practice. Ryan Preece and he got together, and Christopher found himself in the fence. Christopher, 32 points out of the championship lead right now. He is the winningest driver here at the Hampshire Motor Speedway. A grand total of 10 feature wins at this place. He has not been fast in practice. He starts 14th. But don't count him out. Christopher believes he can win, and so do the people he races against.
The other factor in this championship is number 16, Mike Stefanik from Rhode Island. He's run more than 8,000 competitive laps at this track in modifieds. In what's now the K&N Pro Series, he's been a champion in both, and in what's now the Camping World Truck Series of NASCAR. One of the winningest of all time in this series. And we'll ride along with Ryan Newman in that Kevin Mannion-owned Menards number 7. And before we go green, let's go back to Bob.
Well, Mike, Joey, take a look at these tires. We love them. 13 inches wide, a lot bigger and better than anything else we see in NASCAR. But they're also pretty difficult to change as well, and pitch strategy will be very important. You can't take tires and fuel at the same time. Tom McCourtney is the rear tire changer for the Mystic Missile. These guys will be ultra important today in determining who's going to get that track position and possibly win this race.
Going to be 1 to go this time by. Nice crowd on hand. Folks continuing to file in for this modified truck doubleheader, and you will see the Camping World Truck Series right after the modifieds run right here on Speed.
And Ryan Newman on the pole missed the final practice this morning. That final practice immediately preceded Sprint Cup practice, and Newman chose to run the Sprint Cup car this morning and missed final practice. Every other driver was in it. And I'm wondering, Mike, if he might have missed an opportunity to fine-tune that car and make it still faster than it was yesterday.
We'll find out in one lap. This will be the 52nd Whelen Modified Tour race at New Hampshire. Last year, Ryan Preece won the pole. Ronnie Silk took home the victory. Winningest drivers on the tour, Santos with 3, Ted Christopher with 3, Ryan Newman with 2. And there's that points battle. 32 points apart. Pretty equal in all categories. Except age, experience, drama, I don't know. Bob?
A lot of the drivers right now, Mike, reporting a very dirty racetrack, and it's a big concern before the start of this race. So many different rubber types here this weekend between all the different divisions. The ACT Tour, the Modifieds, the East Series, the Cup Series, and the Truck Series. So right now, that's on the drivers' minds is number 1, a clean racetrack, and number 2, how much rubber built up from the Cup Series practice is going to play into the beginning of this race.
Add to this mix that we have got a lot of drivers starting in the back of the field who have very fast cars. Doug Colby starts dead last in this field. Engine change, he was very quick this morning in happy hour. Eric Beers in a backup car starts in the 33rd position. He too was very quick this morning in final practice. They may well be able to work their way through the field as we come to green.
Pace cars in, Newman in yellow-green on the pole. Szegedy in black, green flag, we're racing. 4 cars under a blanket into turn 1 with Preece into 3 and Santos in the yellow number 4. And it's the outside lane that moves. Newman does not get a good start.
And Szegedy, who won that final practice this morning, just absolutely flew by Newman.
Szegedy, Santos, Preece, and Newman falls to 5th in 1 lap. The 4th place car is Mike Stefanik as Santos looks for the lead in turn 1.
And Santos' strategy absolutely is to win the race. Even though the points championship is up today, his car owner, Bob Garbarino, has told Santos it's all about the win. They don't want to back into this, and he has told Santos he has absolutely no friends on this racetrack. The only friends he has in New Hampshire are in his pit.
First 9 single file, a little bit of bump drafting further back. Ted Christopher getting an assist, if you will, from James Savali in the Hillbilly Racing 79.
That's Blewett just ahead of him in the 14 car. Blewett has cut his schedule down a lot. Look at this change for the lead, Mike.
Yeah, Todd Zegedy back to the front as Santos slipped a little bit high up in turn 4, and Santos may have trouble.
He is slowing down
because both Newman and Flemke get past him.
Santos in that yellow car, dropping back. Points leader.
Let's show you the lead change from our aerial shot. Santos, I don't think he brushed the wall, Dick.
No, he just got up a little high.
Oh, up in the marbles, perhaps.
Yeah.
Bob?
Yeah, nothing's wrong with Bobby Santos, actually. They just said, regain your composure. We got a really strong race car. Let's get back up front. But right now, calm, cool, and collected in Santos' pit.
Side by side for second, and here comes Newman. Brian Newman is up to fourth. Flemke dips inside, can't stay there. Preece holds the second spot. Stefanik's on the bottom, and Newman's up high. These big, long freight train drafts, like you see the Sprint Cup cars do at Talladega, that's what typifies modified racing at New Hampshire.
And Preece is another one of those particularly hungry drivers. He has yet to win in 2010. Finished second twice, finished third here in the June race, but no trophy yet so far, at least in the Tour. He has won twice in other kinds of modified racing, but not yet in the Tour this year.
9-car breakaway at the front. The caboose on that train is Ted Christopher. He's running right with the leaders.
Stefanik on the bottom, very aggressive early on in this race. That's Stefanik in car number 16.
Car up near the wall, spinner turn 2. The 17 that went around is Glenn Reen out of Wilbraham, Mass, and behind him, the 93 of Rowan Pennick piles up with, is that Ken Hagee in the 18?
And Pennick got the worst of that, Mike. That right front wheel is all pushed in, and that'll probably be the end of the day for Pennick. And he had crashed in the very first practice session. They had practice here on Thursday. Dale Quarterly hit the wall. Pennick got into it, and they had to rebuild the nose on that car. And here he's into it again through no fault of his own.
It started with a pretty simple single car spin. Watch the white car. Way up high in the marbles. That's Glenn Reen out of Wilbraham, Mass. And everybody scatters. Oh, Pennick hit the wall pretty hard with the right front.
Yeah, he sure did. He was trying to slow down to avoid it, but he locked up the front wheels, and once the wheels lock up, you can't steer it anymore, so in the wall he went.
First caution is out after 7 of 100 laps at Loudon for the Whelen Modified Tour.
Unprepared Man's Guide to Hunting. Your office attire may blend in at work, but in the outdoors it can be a hindrance. Not to worry. Start by rolling in mud until evenly coated. Affix leaves in alternating colors. Rib sleeves to create foliage bandana. And there we go.
Don't be that guy. Come into Gander Mountain and get everything for your next outdoor adventure. Gander Mountain, we live outdoors.
Polaris is having a factory-authorized clearance, which means you can get financing as low as 3.99% and up to $1,200 in rebates on vehicles like the Ranger Razor or the Sportsman XP or the Ranger XP. That's financing as low as 3.99% and up to $1,200 in rebates. Hey, it's all about the deal. That's all you need to know, right? All deal, no hype. The Polaris factory-authorized clearance. Going on now.
With deposits in your engine, it can feel like something's holding your car back.
Let me guess, 16.
That's why there's Castrol GTX, with superior protection against harmful deposit buildup. Don't let deposits hold your car back. Get Castrol GTX. It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering.
NASCAR home tracks, where every lap of every race tells a story.
Starting Thursday, it's Viva Las Vegas for Barrett Jackson. 3 days of live coverage of one of the world's great collector car events. Barrett Jackson Las Vegas presented by Bridgestone. Live coverage begins Thursday, 4 o'clock Eastern, only on Speed. A lot of fans of the modifieds. Look there to the right of the screen in the red fire suit. Tony Stewart, he's had some success in these cars. Clint Boyer has been up on top of the hauler looking it over, and I saw Bobby Hutchins up there with Stewart, Tony's director of competition, who is a former star of the Whelen Southern Modified Tour.
Okay, Tony, who do you like?
I'll tell you, those are two of the fellows they're all going to be chasing here tomorrow. There's Bobby Hutchins. Had a great career behind the wheel of a modified before moving over there to Stewart Haas Racing. Getting set for the restart, double file. Todd Szegedy chose the outside, Ryan Preece on the inside. Mike Stefanik, Ryan Newman, row 2, Ed Flemke, Bobby Santos, Ronnie Silk, Eric Goodale, the top 8, then Ted Christopher and Eric Rudolph.
And they are pushing each other down that front straightaway, front bumpers into back bumpers. You'll see a lot of that here in New Hampshire with the modifieds.
Preece with the lead, Szegedy second. Here comes Newman on the inside.
And then some. Wow. He just stuffed it underneath Stefanik.
Couldn't hold in the middle of the corner for him, though, and Newman holds 4th place in front of Flemke and Santos.
But that's the way you pass here. Get on the bottom, as Szegedy just did, and push it into the corner as hard as you possibly dare to push it in the corner and slide up in front of the other guy.
11th and back there racing just as hard.
Yep, bang,
Chuck
bang,
Hosfeld
bang.
In the 59. Kevin Goodale is the number 50. Savali's in there, and the 8-ball, Glenn Tyler. Along with the 14 of Jimmy Blewett.
Look at this mess toward the back. 52 Quarterly is one of those people who had crashed in the practice session on Thursday, working his way through traffic.
And Reen, who spun a bit, that's Hagee, who was involved in the spin in the white car a bit ago, trying to climb his way back up through, moving up on Richie Pillai in the 39, and Rob Summers in the number 1.
And look at the lead change again. We should have been counting them all over the racetrack, Mike.
Not just at start-finish.
Yep.
Back and forth. These cars blow such a big, dirty hole in the air. They're not slippery at all in the front of the car. Yeah, they've got a shovel nose, but those 2 big, open tires really move a lot of air and thus really give an advantage to the car drafting in 2nd place.
And Preece, your leader, 19 years old, talked with him this morning, and he exuded more confidence in our conversation than any I've had with him in a long, long time. He has got a terrific race car there. It's the Bowler family car. They brought 2 cars. This is what they affectionately refer to as the new car. The old car has been rewrapped and is being driven by Eric Beers. It's now a car number 76.
Well, he should be confident now. Dick, he's now a veteran. This is his 8th trip to New Hampshire with a best prior finish of 3rd, and he loses the lead to Szegedy, and you're going to see this happen all day long. Back and forth.
But he's finished 3rd 3 times, and Preece told me this morning that he's sick of 3rd. He has got to do better than that, and today is the day.
Now, Bob, Mike Stefanik, for the moment, watching this back and forth seesaw for the lead. Stefanik has settled in 3rd.
He may be watching now, Mike, but he is really hungry to get back into victory lane here at the Magic Mile. We all know Mike Stefanik and how dedicated and determined he is. As you said, Mike, he's won more NASCAR championships, 9, than anybody else in the history of NASCAR. But I asked him this morning, I said, okay, you're in the middle of another points battle going for another championship. What do you want to do today? Go for the win, or do you want to get a good points day? And he said, Bobby, in his New England accent, I've won a bunch of championships. It's time for me to get back to victory lane.
And it's been a long time here, Mike. Not since 1998. Not 08, 98. That Stefanik last won here at New Hampshire.
Well, he's tried the bottom this time, Ryan Preece, yet again, and the hole may close up. Newman is not going to allow Stefanik back in line, so he's going to go from 3rd to 5th behind the yellow cars of Newman and Santos. Gosh, it looks a lot like Talladega. You pick the wrong line, you make the move at the wrong time, and you get freight train.
Well, everybody's right on top of everybody else. I mean, it's front bumpers into back bumpers here, and there just isn't any room to make a mistake or to try a move that doesn't work. It'll just slide you right back. And that conga line of the lead cars is getting longer and longer.
Yeah, the draft has now brought 2 more cars into play. It's an 11-car lead draft. And then about a second back to 3 more, and then another dozen or so.
Newman's strategy in this race reminds me of what he did at Bristol, where he is not running aggressively, not trying terribly hard to pass a lot of cars, and I wonder if he's just sort of hanging on to his tires at this point.
They do run restrictor plates on these cars here. It's the only track where they do.
Boy, those open wheels look scary, don't they, at this kind of speed? They're nearly 130 mile an hour average here at this racetrack with the modifieds. Jump a wheel, and the car is going for quite a ride.
You can hear there how long Newman was out of the throttle in the middle of the corner while running in the pack. Priest the leader, Stefanik second, Newman third. Priest, Szegedy, Newman, then Santos and Stefanik. That's your top 5 as they come around to complete 21 of 100 laps. You're watching the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour FW Webb 100 on Speed.
Good news, sir. I just got an email from the office, and word is people really love our claim service, especially the Auto Repair Express. Repairs are fast and they're guaranteed for as long as you own your car.
Hey, that's great. Is this your phone?
Yeah, of course.
But where do you put... I mean, how do you carry...
Here you go.
Thanks.
No, I got it, sir.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
You have reached your destination.
All right, kittens. Suit up.
It has everything, so you can do anything.
Polaris is having a factory-authorized...
Drive into Z-Bart, the appearance and protection experts. For nearly 50 years, we've been the smart choice with our exclusive rust protection, professional interior and exterior detailing, our diamond gloss paint protection, the toughest paint protection on the planet, professional window tint, remote starters, sprayed-on bed liners, and accessories. Z-Bart, we are the appearance and protection experts. Get up to 50% off detailing services now at Z-Bart, Route 9 Shrewsbury, next to Vinnie T's. Visit ZBartCarCare.com today. Now's your chance to see the hottest shows on Showtime free. Congratulations. For a limited time only, watch the best of Showtime free on demand on the Showtime Freeview. Now through October 6th. Watch Showtime original series free on demand. Go to Channel 1, select movies, free on demand in Showtime Freeview.
Former series champ in the number 2 have traded the lead back and forth while Ryan Newman, Bobby Santos, and Mike Stefanik look on.
Strategy could play a big role in who wins this race today. It has been run all 100 laps without a pit stop. In fact, Ryan Preece, who is currently leading, has finished 3rd here in a 100-lap race by not pitting. So that is one possibility. And drivers told me this morning that that is a good strategy if it turns out the racetrack is exceptionally difficult to pass on.
Here comes Szegedy. It can't be that difficult. As away he goes, drafting past Preece down the front straightaway, back into the lead. Quite a brain trust with that whisk snuggled forward to Mike Smerilio that Szegedy drives. Don Barker is the crew chief. Bob Cuneo, longtime chassis builder and builder of the U.S. Olympic bobsleds, is a consultant for that team. Tightly knit group from out of around Oxford, Connecticut that runs this car. They've won a championship. They want to win another.
But certainly what's got to be on Zegedy's mind as he leads this race is that for the last 3 races here at New Hampshire, he has either spun or crashed. He's got to keep himself out of trouble to win it. Leading that group, the car number 79.
Here we go for the lead once again. It's going to be Preece down the front straightaway in a move that is becoming textbook. Get a good run off the corner, take advantage of the draft, drop out a line, and slingshot on past.
Stefanik has worked his way back up into that group. His wife Julie is back on the spotter stand today, telling him where he's supposed to be on the racetrack. And he better listen too, because she's a good one.
11 lead changes in 26 laps. Preece has now led 5 times, Zegedy 6 times, and Santos in the number 4 has led a lap. Is it frustrating for a Ryan Newman or Mike Stefanik to sit there and wait? Or are they licking their chops saying, let those 2 guys up in front use up their stuff?
Well, I think it could be a little bit of both, Mike. I know Ryan Newman would like to lead this race. It certainly is a whole lot easier to have nothing in front of you than to have to worry about the 2 guys in front, particularly if they're swapping positions. Teddy Christopher all the way to 5th. We've got a caution, and the crash is still underway.
Yeah, Savali spins out of turn number 4 in the Coors Light machine of Roger Hill.
Flat left rear.
They've had an ambitious season, Dick, trying to run both the Whelen Modified Tour and the Whelen Southern Modified Tour. Savali's from up in Connecticut. The team is based in North Carolina near the Virginia line.
Yeah. Let's take a look and see what happened.
Entering turn 3.
Yeah, he may have had a little help from behind. Hard to tell from that shot if he did or not. But Savali's a good one. He ordinarily doesn't spin out all by himself. The help may have, and the help may have been just with a flat left rear tire. That'll do it.
29 of 100 laps complete at Loudon, New Hampshire for NASCAR's Whelen Modified Tour.
Today, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series rocks the Granite State at a track known for lightning fast speeds and short track style tempers. Don't miss the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series live from New Hampshire today at 2:30 Eastern, only on Speed.
Steve, I promise never to go to bed angry. I promise to support you in everything, even your fantasy football team. And if you want to have buddies over for poker, I'll even buy the wings and beer.
Hey, buddy, you might not believe that, but you'll believe this. Gillette's new Fusion Pro Glide.
It has thinner, finer blades for an unbelievable shave.
NASCAR drivers have invaded my wedding, Steve. I like to go fast.
Me too.
Sweet.
Go to YouTube and see where the young guns show up next.
Polaris is having a factory authorized clearance, which means you can get financing as low as 3.99% and up to $1,200 in rebates on vehicles like the Ranger Razor or the Sportsman XP or the Ranger XP. That's financing as low as 3.99% and up to $1,200 in rebates. Hey, it's all about the deal. That's all you need to know, right? All deal, no hype. The Polaris factory authorized clearance. Going on now.
Jeffrey, it's after midnight. What are you doing?
I'm buying car insurance.
Right now?
Yep. I just logged on to thegeneral.com.
At The General, you can get an instant online quote that includes a low rate, low monthly payment, and a down payment as low as $59, even if you have tickets or an accident on your record.
Okay, all done.
Great. Bring me some cheese puffs.
For the best car insurance rates in town, call 1-800-GENERAL now.
Coming up next, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series takes to the Magic Mile. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick will start from the front row. 2:30 p.m. Eastern live only on Speed. In the FW Webb 100, James Savali has lost a lap on pit road, making repairs from that flat left rear tire that brought us under the second caution of the day. And there's the Tin Man, Bob Filner.
I tell you what, Halloween has come early in the Whelen Modified Tour, filled with characters. This is George Jones. He is the fuel man for Richard Savory's car, the number 91 Modified. And that was actually designed by Design 500, and they did it specifically for the Whelen Modified Tour. It's made of a very light material because you cannot change tires and fuel at the same time. So a lot of these guys have multiple duties. Well, he is also the tire carrier for that team. So they wanted him to be real flexible going over the wall. So not only the fuel man, but also the tire carrier. And that's why you see him as the fuel man, although he will have a helmet when he goes over the wall.
Was the Tin Man lacking? Was a heart raining out of his watch? I don't know. I have to go back and watch the Judy Garland movie again.
Yeah, I don't watch movies unless they're about racing. So
Buddy Ebsen was supposed to play the Tin Man, says the voice in my ear, but wasn't available for the role. All right, Ryan Preece is available for the starring role right here at Loudon, New Hampshire. He is on the pole. Todd Szegedy for the restart will start to the inside. Preece selected the outside. Newman, Stefanik, and Santos the top five. Bob?
Just want to show you really quickly what happened to James Savali. This is his wheel. It wasn't a flat tire per se. Take a look at the inner part of this wheel. This is a wide 5, very deep, 13 inches, but you can see where it just tore apart from the lug nuts and the studs. So that's what happened to James Savali, and they're repairing that machine right now.
Looks like somebody didn't tighten up those lug nuts.
That's what it looks like. And over a period of time, that's the end result.
That has got to have been quite the vibration for him to endure before that wheel came apart.
Ready for the restart. Preece outside Szegedy. And Ryan Preece. Oh, Santos got a bump from Christopher, who got a bump from Rudolph, who got a bump, and it started 4 cars back, and they're all piled up in the front straightaway.
What is it Darrell says? Cautions breed cautions? We didn't even hardly get the green out for that one.
Andy Seiss from Hampstead, New Hampshire, who is one of the leaders of the Southern Modified Tour.
Okay, second in points down there by just 8 to Savali. So both those guys, that's Rob Summers backed her into the wall.
Summers out of Vernon, Connecticut.
Ooh, that doesn't look good, taking the gloves off. He must have hit hard. Yep.
From well, let's kind of work this one down. Watch the inside lane on the right side of your screen. Christopher Santos. Santos doesn't go, and that's what stacked everybody up all the way back, accordion style. I wonder if Bobby Santos missed a gear because
something happened.
His car just did not accelerate.
Yeah, it didn't. I mean, Teddy wouldn't have just run into him without something happening.
See, Santos pulls to the inside. Something's wrong, but they all accordioned. And actually, Christopher was driven into Santos by about the 5 cars pushing behind him. All right, we'll clean this one up and try again. 32 laps complete in the FW Webb 100.
It's just 30 minutes from my garage.
We're in the heart of NASCAR country. We're in the hub. NASCAR Race Hub Monday through Thursday nights at 7 Eastern. Only on Speed.
What can you do with 7 minutes, 59 seconds, and 32 100ths? Maybe walk your dog around the block. Or read a couple of columns on the op-ed page. Even shine and buff a pair of wingtips. Or you could silence every skeptic on the planet by blistering through a 13-mile lap at Germany's famed Nürburgring. Inspired and humbled by all the great cars that came before us, like the BMW M5. And the Mercedes-Benz E63. We didn't see this time as something to cherish, but more a starting line from which to keep pushing. The CTSV, the world's fastest production sedan. Cadillac. The new standard of the world.
I wish it were as simple as me versus 11 other guys, but it's not. It's me versus the car in front of me and their bumper.
Me versus that line of sweat running down my face. Me versus the expectations of an entire sport.
Versus the loose lug nut on lap 112. Versus 4 turns and 2 straightaways. Versus history. Most of all, it's me versus my will to win.
My dedication. My dedication.
My dedication. Versus myself.
The chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. Who will be the last man standing?
Tomorrow, NASCAR Race Day rocks the Granite State. Live on show, Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart, Denny Hamlin, and Richard Childress. NASCAR Race Day built by the Home Depot, 10 a.m. live from Loudon. So, Bob, what really did happen between Bobby Santos and Ted Christopher to cause that caution?
Well, let's just say it's an interesting conversation on the Santos radio right now. Basically, what Santos said is Christopher got into him before he really got into him. Basically, what I mean by that is we all saw the 36 get up underneath the 4 a little bit, but just prior to that, the 36 had hit the 4, and it actually caused the 4 to spin his tires a little bit, and that's what messed up the start for the 4 team.
They restart the way they came across the line on the green lap. We then went back to caution. So that means Santos will restart 10th. Ryan Preece the leader, Todd Szegedy second, Mike Stefanik, Ed Flemke, Ryan Newman 5th, Eric Goodale up to 6th, Blewett, Rudolph, Kevin Goodale, and Santos. Ed Christopher will restart 11th.
He had been 7th.
31 cars on the lead lap. Green flag. And Preece gets a little bit of a jump. He's going to take him off to turn 1 with Szegedy on the inside. That extra little bit of banking on the high groove, and Preece prevails for the moment.
Look at Newman on the bottom in that yellow car. He's going to move himself back up into 4th spot. Trouble! Oh, Flemke.
And who turned him?
Teddy just got hit. There's the end of his championship.
Jimmy Blewett turned Eddie Flemke in turn 4. And look at the mayhem that resulted.
Wow, that car is wrecked. And that's his brother right behind him. Mike Christopher, Ted Christopher, both in the same crash. Identical twins. Go figure.
Identical end of the day, it looks like.
Yeah, it does. And this was Mike Christopher's first start of 2010. He came here in the June race, lost an engine in practice, never got a chance to try the race itself. Bob?
Well, right now, Teddy Christopher really disgruntled inside that car and basically just came on the radio and said Jimmy Blewett, the 12 car, caused that. And really aggravated is Ted Christopher as we see the carnage on the racetrack with Jamie the Jet Tomeno and so forth, but you can hear the disappointment in Teddy Christopher's voice.
There is Tomeno, the 1990 champion. You also saw up against the wall Justin Bonsignore, one of the leading rookie contenders. And watch for the red 14 because it looks, Dick, like he gets loose in turn 4. And then when he corrects it, he gets into the back bumper of that yellow and white car, Eddie Flemke.
Yeah. And here comes the hit on Christopher, car number 36.
Tomeno got him.
Yeah.
With nowhere to go.
And I'll tell you what, Tomeno in that 99 absolutely can't afford this kind of a problem. He's already had a tough year with crashes and DNFs.
There's the 14. Up and into the 10 of Flemke.
Just touched Flemke.
Piles in. That's Kevin Goodale. Oh, Santos sneaks through in the 4.
Nice job by Santos.
He had one shot to get through, took it, made it. And then the aftermath. Christopher goes spinning. Mike Christopher almost into him. JV Tomeno over top of him.
Yeah. Bonsignore is the guy that you saw go into the wall on the right.
There's the first contact. Now watch just behind that group. Bonsignore sent into the wall with Christopher. Hard shot for Tomeno.
Blewett just got in hard. What a mess.
Well, that's a violent crash of Jamie Tomeno into Ted Christopher. And there's Tomeno's 99. Look, the right front just ripped from the car. And they're hooking up Bonsignore. And we will take another break for another cleanup of a big wreck. These fans came for action. They've not been disappointed, and there are lots of them here. Big crowd on hand to watch the Whelen Modified Tour. Right this moment, it's not pretty.
Sunday, NASCAR Race Day rocks the Granite State for the first race of the chase, where championship contenders Jimmy Johnson, Denny Hamlin, and Tony Stewart join us live. NASCAR Race Day built by the Home Depot, live from New Hampshire, Sunday at 10 Eastern.
Only on Speed. The clearance event is on now. Get amazing deals on class-leading Suzuki motorcycles, scooters, and ATVs. We're making room for the 2011s, so hurry. Walk, run, or catch a ride to your local dealer and ride away on a new Suzuki today.
Takes a special kind of loco to pass. Initiation, where the sun's so hot and rains fire. And then you gotta eat the flame.
Subway fiery foot-long subs. The boldacious new turkey jalapeno melt and buffalo chicken. Subway, eat bold.
I'm Otto Williams.
Charge of your future with the leaders in career education, Technology Learning Center. With courses in HVAC, oil and gas heat, refrigeration technician, and license programs, as well as renewable energy and solar water technology. With short-term classes and innovative training methods, Technology Learning Center will help you get a better job and increase your income now. And our graduates are highly sought after, with job placement assistance available. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Call now to enroll or log on to techlearningcenter.com.
Drive into Z-Bart, the appearance and protection experts. For nearly 50 years, we've been the smart choice with our exclusive rust protection, professional interior and exterior detailing, our diamond gloss paint protection, the toughest paint protection on the planet, professional window tint, remote starters, sprayed-on bed liners, and accessories. Z-Bart, we are the appearance and protection experts.
Get up to 50% off detailing services now at Z-Bart, Route 9 Shrewsbury, next to Vinnie T's. Visit zbartcarcare.com today.
For NASCAR's Whelen Modified Tour racers, there are 4 wreckers active running, bringing cars back to the garage. What a mess. Pit stops under caution, Bob.
Ryan Newman brings his number 7 NY down on pit road. He's been patient, very patient. That's what their strategy was. Car is a little bit tight, so they're going to make a minor adjustment here. But Ryan Newman very happy inside the cockpit of that race car. Now, a lot of other guys up front not that happy. Ryan Preece actually likes his race car right now. He thinks he's a really good drafter here, and the draft is very important here at the Magic Mile. But the guy that is a little unhappy with his race car right now, the 16 of Mike Stefanik. Way too tight in the corners. He's been talking to his crew chief about loosening that car up just a little bit in order to make them have a shot at victory here today.
Tire rule here is that you can change 4 tires during the running of the race. Any position. So if you wanted to put 4 new right rears on it, 4 separate pit stops, that's okay. Or 4 tires, 1 in each of the 4 positions on the race car. So we'll see some interesting strategy as the race unfolds to see what people are going to do and who has tires left.
The last 2 cautions have been because of restarts. After James Savali had a flat. The most recent one was this. The red number 14, Jimmy Blewett, shoves up in the corner, collects the 10 of Ed Flemke. Kevin Goodale in the 50 piles in. Watch the 4. Squeaks right through. Bobby Santos gets a piece of good luck. But behind all this, Justin Bonsignori, Ted Christopher, Mike Christopher, Richard Savory, all do not. And all end up crashed or in the fence along with the 99 of Jamie Tomeno, who took the hardest shot. Watch this unfold behind the 2 yellow cars. Half a dozen cars back to the garage after this one, Bob.
Very difficult for a lot of people, and especially for the 1990 champ Jamie Tomeno. A hard hit. Good to see that you are okay, but how difficult is a hit like that for you when you're trying to run on the budget that you're running, Jamie?
No, it's terrible. Of all things, I mean, I don't think we had a car, of course, to win today, you know, but we did have a car to at least be competitive today, which we were, and everything was going good. And then there was a melee up here, and my spotter told me, you know, go low, and I saw a pit road was there, and I wanted to go right down pit road to get out of it, and next thing I knew, somebody came from nowhere and just hit me full bore. So it's unfortunate. I just have no luck at all, you know, but thank goodness I'm real healthy so I can live a lot more years and keep on doing this.
We're going green, and without Todd Zegedy at the front, you have to bring your jack and your air wrench back over to the pit wall side after completing service, and they left something out there, and so Zegedy has to restart at the tail end of the field. Black number 2 coming from the back on the outside. Wow. While up at the front, Eric Rudolph leads. Szegedy just storms it in there. And he's about a quarter of the way through this pack.
That is one highly motivated race car driver. Szegedy, no question about it. He's angry. He's ready to go. Get back up to the front and have a shot to win this thing.
He's got one strategy. Pass them all.
Yeah. And look at where he's passing him. 3 deep already. Look out.
He hangs on. Wow. A lot of the drivers who made pit stops, like Ryan Preece, trying to get to the front, as Eric Rudolph surrenders the lead. And the new point man is Ronnie Silk.
And Ronnie Silk won here last fall in that car with that engine. And he has been fast in practice, and he is your new leader.
Silk in the number 6. Up front, Rudolph now second, and third is Chuck Hosfeld. Bob.
Teddy Christopher just comes out of the infield care center. Teddy, good to see you're okay, but what did you see as far as what caused that wreck?
The 14 took the 10 out and caused all the hell to go.
Obviously, Teddy, real quickly, big championship implications today with big championship implications today with 2 races to go. Do you still have a shot? Teddy Christopher, one of those guys, was pretty aggravated. He's aggravated today, and obviously for some reasons.
And Todd Szegedy has, I believe, bounced off the wall with a Nerf bar, and he's cut it into the right rear tire, where it's producing a lot of smoke, and may cut that tire down before he can get to the pits.
There's a big groove in that tire. Let's see what happened. Trying to get by Glenn Tyler in the 8-ball. Into the wall he goes.
And that's what did it.
Yep, sure is.
So Szegedy is on pit road. Here's another look at it.
Well, Szegedy was hammer down racing and then some, and the car just wouldn't handle it. Hit it with the front and the back. See how both tires are white.
And up front, the Rudolph-Silk battle for the lead has been joined. Chuck Hosfeld had a run at Ronnie Silk. It didn't happen. And look who's sitting pretty in 4th place right now. Bob Santos in the number 4 with Dale Quarterly, a Lime Rock winner in the 52. Meanwhile, Preece has worked his way back up to 10th place after his pit stop. Stefanik up to 6th. And here comes Newman to the inside for 7th. In the number 7. Moving past Woody Pitcap. Halfway in the FW Webb 100.
I think there's going to be a lot of drama in the last half of this race. Looking at some of these people who have to work their way through traffic to get where they need to be.
Preece has moved up tonight. Yep. Here comes Santos to the inside of Hosfeld as Preece makes a move to the inside on Quarterly. And Newman to the outside. Funny how none of these fellows wanted to pass for the lead, but they all want to get back to the front.
Yeah. This is interesting watching the 7 of Newman and Stefanik at the 16, because those two went at it at Bristol, which was the last race on the tour. Stefanik said he was sure he could get Newman, but didn't.
There are 2 races left in this season. The fall final at Stafford, Connecticut, October 3rd, and the World Series of Asphalt Racing at Thompson, Connecticut, October 17th. And the points at this moment show Santos over Stefanik, Christopher fading, and Szegedy well back now in 5th. Eric Rudolph up front in the Al Hankey number 98. They run this same paint scheme on a dirt track modified, and Hankey involved on the Sprint Cup side with Tommy Baldwin's team. They are out front with Ronnie Silk 2nd. Ryan Newman now 3rd as Santos falls not to 4th, but to 5th or 6th and fights back.
Santos' car doesn't seem to be as fast in the bottom lane as it is upstairs. Hosfeld in that 59 moving up. He has won here 3 times. 7 career wins for Hosfeld, 3 of them here. So this is certainly Hosfeld's best racetrack. He's 4th now.
Stefanik, Santos 5th and 6th, while for the lead. Ronnie Silk tries it once again on the inside. This time it's going to work, and here comes Newman with him. 45 laps to go.
Rudolph with a little bump there on Silk. Newman on the bottom.
We're going to be 3 wide for a second coming off the corner.
Look at that bumper. Look at that bumper, Mike. He's right into him.
Newman with nobody to draft with. He's going to get the lead. He is out of turn 2. Ryan Newman, winner of the summer race here and the winner at Bristol. Trying to go 3 for 3 this season in his part-time modified ride for Kevin Mannion.
Well, Newman's record here has certainly been one of checkers or wreckers. Last year he crashed out of the first race, finished 8th in the second one, but he started his career in New Hampshire in the fall of '08, where he crashed out after having won the pole. I have a hard time watching Newman leading, Mike, without thinking of the Elton John song, you know, Rocket Man. And I'm not even going to hum it. I'm not going to sing it, but it goes through my head when I see that.
Ryan Newman, your leader. Ronnie Silk, Eric Rudolph, Chuck Hosfeld, Mike Stefanik, your first 5. Santos, Pitcat, Quarterly, and Kobe.
With deposits in your engine, it can feel like something's holding your car back.
Let me guess, 16.
That's why there's Castrol GTX, with superior protection against harmful deposit buildup. Don't let deposits hold your car back. Get Castrol GTX. It's more than just oil, it's liquid engineering.
Polaris is having a factory authorized clearance, which means you can get financing as low as 3.99% and up to $1,200 in rebates on vehicles like the Ranger Razor or the Sportsman XP or the Ranger XP. That's financing as low as 3.99% and up to $1,200 in rebates. Hey, it's all about the deal. That's all you need to know, right? All deal, no hype. The Polaris factory authorized clearance. Going on now.
Introducing the ultimate gas grill for race fans and gearheads alike, Hot Rod Grills. The only full-scale engine-style gas grill on the market built with a realistic engine look. Manufactured with die-cast aluminum heads and block, lid, and body. Perfectly cooked steaks and burgers at your next barbecue or tailgating event with Hot Rod Grills. This professionally built gas grill sports 2 stainless steel tube burners, electric igniter, stainless steel cooking ring, and a professional-grade temperature gauge. To order, go to hotrodgrills.com or call toll-free 877-74-GRILL. Order now and get free shipping and handling.
When NASCAR fans think about NASCAR, they think performance. They think precision. They think quality. And when NASCAR fans think about their own car, they should expect nothing less. When looking for automotive brands that represent performance, precision, and quality, look for the NASCAR Performance family of automotive brands.
The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series follows the modified. Former mod champ Donnie Lee is in the field. Kyle Busch starts from the pole next. When we left, Mike Stefanik was 5th. He fought his way up to 3rd. Behind Ryan Newman, Ron Silk, and now to 2nd place for Stefanik. Santos trying to move back into the top 4 in that yellow car, as Eric Rudolph may or may not slip to 5th. And here comes Ryan Preece in the bowler number 3, coming back into the picture with 35 laps to go.
When he first bought this racetrack, Bruton Smith went down to the first turn and sat in the very front row to watch the modified race. Sat there eating an ice cream. We've got a yellow.
Caution at lap 66.
It's Jake Moroz.
I believe this will be the 5th caution of the race. Moroz was running in 23rd. Now, Todd Zegedy has made a couple of pit stops, Bob, to try to get rid of that tire rub.
Yeah, he has, and actually this was the tool that they used to try to get rid of the tire rub. The good old sledgehammer to bang on that right rear Nerf bar. But the problem was he really got into the wall, and take a look at the tire. This is the right front off the machine, and you can see part of the Magic Mile wall here. You can kind of just peel it back. All that paint that goes on after they paint it each and every time NASCAR comes here, stuck in the wheel of Todd Szegedy, but that ruins his chances here today, and he had a darn good race car, boys.
All right, 33 laps to go. There is Szegedy, who is 8 laps down and running in 25th. Early leader Ryan Preece has caught the leaders. Ryan Newman is in front of the pack with 33 to go.
For 2011, this little Swedish beauty gets naughty.
Down, boy. Sit.
And Tommy couldn't be happier.
The nautometer just got banged.
Speed Test Drive, Volvo, Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Speed.
Nature is unique, authentic, pure, and also delicious. Like Nature Valley, granola bars made with crunchy oats and pure honey. Because natural is not only good, it also tastes good. Nature Valley, 100% natural, 100% delicious.
For fast and easy yard.
For over 32 years, Lamro Ford has been where friends send their friends.
I came to Lamro Ford over 20 years ago, and I haven't bought a vehicle anywhere else since.
Oh, there's no question Lamro Ford puts the customer first.
I know that down the road I'm going to need another vehicle, and I know that I'm going to come back to Lamro Ford.
Lamro Ford, where friends send their friends. Route 9, East Brookfield, online at lamford.com.
Lamro Ford, where mothers send their daughters.
If you're receiving a structured settlement from a lawsuit, you know it is not easy to wait for payments, especially when it could be 10 or 20 years before you collect all your money. What you may not know is that you can skip ahead and receive a lump sum of cash now. Call CBC Settlement Funding for a free, no-obligation offer about your structured settlement. Whether you access all or just a portion of your future payments, call the number on your screen and find out how CBC Settlement Funding can help. Call CBC Settlement Funding today.
22 cars still on the same lap. Brian Newman elects the outside against Mike Stefanik. Ronnie Silk and Eric Rudolph, row 2 as we go back to green. Santos in row 3 with Hosfeld, then Preece and Duck Kobe.
Stefanik was where he wanted to be to execute a pass. He thinks the only good way to pass here at New Hampshire is to dive on the bottom, get underneath the other guy, and then slide up in front of him. And he could not get it done on that restart against Ryan Newman.
It's how he got up to second place, picking them off one at a time.
But that says something about how strong Newman really is, Mike. He's going to be tough in this race. Hard to pass.
And he's got the fast way around it. He's up in that middle groove, up where the track has increased banking and grip.
And clean air in front of him. It's looking awfully good for Ryan Newman right now.
Ronnie Silk dives to the inside of Rudolph for third, and that's that move you just saw that Stefanik talked about. Shove it in there, let it slide up the racetrack in front of the car you're trying to pass. Now Santos can't get clear. He's got to hold the bottom.
But he can't.
Nope.
So he slides up into Rudolph. Well, 8 tires are better than 4. I mean, Darrell says that too, right?
Santos tries it again. Slams it into turn 3.
Well, he was told to go for the win and never mind being conservative for the points.
Well, he's got 4th place, and Ryan Preece in the bowler number 3 comes to 5th. Newman, though, is checking out. And Mike Stefanik lost a little something there in turn number 2 at second place. Silk's all over it. Stefanik changed his line that time, took a much lower exit off the corner.
Well, he's kind of got to do something. He's got Preece all over that back bumper, and I mean into that back bumper, not just there, but pushing it. Talk to the drivers about what that feels like, Mike. They say that when you hit here at New Hampshire like that, when it's a bump draft kind of thing, you can actually feel it. Priest says it loosens the helmet on your head. You've got to have it on really tight.
Wow. Well, there are now 8 cars in that Honda line for second spot. Bob?
Mike, I was just talking to Ryan Priest's crew down here on pit road, and a lot of us were wondering why Priest wasn't really marching back through the field. Basically, they told me the young 19-year-old being very patient right now. He thinks he's got the best car in the field that can challenge Ryan Newman for this victory. They just want to make it to the end.
25 laps to go. He's in 5th place. Those cars look like they're welded together.
They do.
Or coupled like a freight train.
Yep.
When they come down the straightaway.
You see Santos in that number 4 car. He drives anything and everything well. Last weekend, he was in one of those radical offset super modifieds, one of those deals where the engines hang out the side of the car. Thanksgiving Day, we'll find him in a midget at Irwindale Raceway. Sprint cars, midgets, stock cars, he doesn't care. Whatever it is, he'll drive it, and he'll drive it well.
From Massachusetts, started in quarter midgets, worked his way up, had a cup of coffee at NASCAR's Touring Series level. Hopes for another chance at it.
And has never won a race car championship, Mike, in all his years of racing, other than in quarter midgets. But full-size cars, never won a championship. This is his best shot as we watch Ronnie Silk get underneath Mike Stefanik.
Steffi's car just was not coming off the corner, Dick. And Silk had to go. Ryan Newman is just trying to pull away. Santos looking for 3rd. Ryan Newman is your leader in New Hampshire with 22 to go.
Scientists continue their struggle to find methods of identifying the surrogates. This latest wave of the inhabitants seem to disappear into the populace of
Navigation. Emergency room.
Who's going to the emergency room?
All of us.
Your route is being calculated.
It has everything. So you can do anything.
Today's the day I double down.
The KFC Double Down. Double meat, double cheese, double bacon, double awesome. Get yours today.
So good.
So S-O-G-double-O-D good.
Polaris is having a factory-authorized clearance, which means you can get financing as low as 3.99% and up to $1,200 in rebates on vehicles like the Ranger Razor, or the Sportsman XP, or the Ranger XP. That's financing as low as 3.99% and up to $1,200 in rebates. Hey, it's all about the deal. That's all you need to know, right? All deal, no hype. The Polaris factory-authorized clearance. Going on now.
It's time to take matters into your own hands. AutoZone's got the advice and expertise you need to take on any job, because do it yourself doesn't mean you have to do it alone. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Ryan Newman with a 1-second lead, 21 laps to go. A dogfight for 3rd behind Ronnie Silk. Mike Stefanik has it. Ryan Priest just powered past the 4 of Bobby Santos. Then it's Blewett, Kobe, Quarterly, and Hosfeld.
Santos was trying that bottom, but he finally gave up on it and had to tuck in, preserve his position. That's Blewett in the red car, number 14. Team owner Dick Barney has fielded number 14 red modified since the 1960s. Can't be here today. Hurt his ankle in an industrial accident. Healing up well, and I'm sure he's watching this event. We wish you well.
Nice run for rookie Richie Pillai Jr. in this number 39. His dad, longtime executive with CarQuest and sponsor of racing events at Stafford in particular in Connecticut. The youngster came up through their Coors Light junior modified program, if you will, and then in the SKs, and this is his first year on the tour. He is having a blast here at Loudon, right knocking on the door of a top 10 finish. Good run. Preece on the inside. Santos has passed him, and he's getting backed up. Ryan Preece just lost 2 spots.
There's the number 52 of Dale Quarterly, and he started all the way back in the 34th position. Didn't take time because his car was wrecked. He crashed hard early in practice before time trials. Is working his way through. This is only his second ever oval track race here at New Hampshire in a modified. Although he has had considerable success in the K&N cars, his full-time job taking care of Jeff Anton's K&N car. Anton finished 3rd yesterday, so Quarterly having a big weekend for himself.
At 5th place, that white number 12, Doug Coby. Second-generation driver. His dad ran modifieds in Connecticut back in the day. Boy, he's having a career day here and maybe a top 5.
That's another one that started in the back. Blew an engine in practice. In fact, blew it so big you could have stuck 2 fists side by side through the side of that block. It took a lot of work to change motors. The other one was a spec engine. This is the regular full-up race engine that the rest of the modifieds run. So it was a lot of work to get it done.
I thought Blewett was in the 14.
Blewett is in the 14.
Jimmy Blewett.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were blew it up. All right.
Blew it up, yes.
Whoa, contact. Now, Blewett just tried to move the 4 of Santos over. Earlier, he turned around Ed Flemke and caused the big wreck. Not going to be a lot of patience for Jimmy Blewett in the remaining 16 laps of this race. Here's the move right there. Tried to come over, make a hole. One was not there. Santos did the smart thing. Gave a little room for now.
That's the 3rd time Blewett has run into somebody today in this race.
Santos has repassed him. Preece and Quarterly looking on. But they cannot catch Ryan Newman, who maintains a 1-second lead with 15 laps to go in the FW Webb 100.
Precision handling, high-performance braking, smooth and comfortable ride. Tame the road. Hand-cooked tires. Get up to $60 cashback rebate when you buy 4 select hand-cooked tires. See your local retailer for details.
When I had my heart attack, I couldn't believe it.
It was a real shock.
I remember being at the hospital thinking, I should have done more to take care of myself.
You should have.
That's why I'm exercising more now.
Eating healthier.
And I also trust my heart to Lipitor.
When diet and exercise are not enough, adding Lipitor may help. Lipitor is a cholesterol-lowering medication that is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke in patients who have heart disease or risk factors for heart disease. Lipitor is backed by over 18 years of research. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you are taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect.
Dean will never forget what he went through.
Don't take your health for granted.
Have a heart-to-heart with your doctor about your risk and about Lipitor.
Who's serving up a big breakfast this weekend?
On an endless buffet, a juicy steak.
Don't flip out. Only Golden Corral would include steak for breakfast. It's on our endless weekend breakfast buffet, all for a great low price. Only at Golden Corral.
Pennzoil Ultra. A revolutionary synthetic oil that takes clean where it's never been before. Nothing keeps your engine closer to factory clean.
14 laps to go. There's Newman. There's the field trying to catch him. Battling each other, but trying to run him down. Mike Stefanik, Ronnie Silk, side by side for second. Nobody can maintain second place long enough to get a run back at Newman. Stefanik, though, has cooled his tires, worked his way back to second. Let's see if the master of the modifieds has a shot to catch the rocket. Eric Rudolph had a fine run, led part of this race, Bob, but on pit road with the hood up wide.
Yeah, and this is trouble for him. 7th in the standings right now. He's got the hood up. He's got a miss in the engine. They just can't get the power out of it that they should, so they figure they come down pit road, check it out. They're going to put the hood back on. He's going to go complete laps for points, but Eric Rudolph's day is basically done here at the Magic Mile.
Youngest driver in the field today, Mike.
Mike Stefanik is unable to eat into Ryan Newman's lead. It stands at just about 1 second. And despite the advantage of the draft, if there is one here, with the twin cars of Silk and Kobe right behind, they're staying single file, but they're unable to gain on Ryan Newman.
With a dozen to go, here comes Priest in that blue number 3. He's starting to get aggressive as this race winds down. Time to go, Mike. Time to go. Whatever you got, show it now.
Bob?
Speak about showing things right now, Doc. You mentioned Jimmy Blewett in that 14, and that he's gotten into a few people. Remember, he's from Jersey, a rough and tumble crowd down there, and he likes to call himself Showtime. It's all about entertainment and hard driving for the driver, that number 14.
Well, he's not the situation. In fact, today he's hit everything but the lottery, okay? Trying to make the pass on Priest. And stays clean of him. I wouldn't say all the contact is intentional. Some of it's incidental. And in modified, a lot of times, contact's just plain unavoidable.
And here, if you go in too hard in the bottom, the car is going to drift up, and if the guy on top doesn't move over and let you slide up, you're going to run into him, and that's what's happened to Blewett. Priest now on the bottom.
And from the bottom to the middle with a lap car low, holds his line. Ryan Newman has now stretched it out to 2 seconds as Silk and Stefanik. Turn 2, trouble, and caution will wave for an accident between turns 1 and 2. George Brunholz with the 3rd and the number 46.
And Renee Dupuis in the number 90, the only female driver in the field. Oh, and her car is badly damaged.
Oh, looks like she pancaked the wall with the left rear after contact from Brunholz.
Brunholz, last year's Whelen Southern Modified Tour champion.
So contact with 8 laps to go puts us under caution and erases a 2-second lead for Ryan Newman. Here's a quick look.
Had already been underway.
We'll be back for the finish of the FW Webb 100. Ryan Newman leading Ronnie Silk and Mike Stefanik.
At TireRack.com, we stock the largest selection of tires anywhere. But we don't just ship them off to your house after you buy them. We can deliver them to one of over 5,000 of our independent recommended local installers. Because the best tires in the world can't help you if they're not properly installed on your vehicle.
Right now, get up to a $50 mail-in rebate when you buy a set of 4 eligible winter tires. For details, go to TireRack.com/TV. Research, buy, deliver, install.
Feels good to get out of the city.
I gotta tell you, there's something beautiful about... Can't believe it.
You might not believe that, but you'll believe this. Gillette's new Fusion Pro Glide. It's got less tug and pull.
Okay.
Hey, big guy, why don't you get back over here and let me take the rest of your pine cones? What's his problem? Excuse me. Thank you.
Go to YouTube and see where the young guns show up next.
You wanna go back to the city?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm Montel Williams.
Our reliance on computers has created a demand for software professionals with skills to help design, test, and develop software solutions. The Software Applications Development Program in the School of Information Technology at ITT Technical Institute teaches students common technologies and skills that are used in software design and development. ITT Technical Institute School of Information Technology, education for the future.
Call toll-free 1-800-989-1329.
Tri-State Speedways, Indoor Karting and Amusement Center, Dudley, Mass. Upstairs, test your skills on over 22,000 square feet of hairpin turns and straightaways. Downstairs, head for the island's 18-hole indoor miniature golf course, along with kiddie karts, bowling, skee ball, and more. And now open Drafter Sports Cafe. Enjoy your favorite food, beverages, and sports teams on TV. Tri-State Speedways, online at tristatespeedways.com.
They've got to see Sprint Cup practice 2 rounds. The ACT cars run their practice. Now the modified race, the truck race next. And it's all on speed, so I hope you threw the remote away this morning and just kind of locked the TV down, and here we go. Going to be a great day for the Eddie Partridge TS Haulers team. They're number 6 with Ronnie Silk. There will restart on the front row. They're number 12 with Doug Kobe, started in the back. Kobe is 4th. Mike Stefanik, that black number 16, right where he wants to be on the inside for what he hopes is the final restart. And the man who's led most of the day is on the outside of the front row, Ryan Newman.
And this is Silk's best shot to win this race right here.
Well, the caution erased a 2-second lead for Newman. So 6 to go on the scoreboard. This is going to have to be the restart of Ronnie Silk's career right here.
If you're
Newman, though, is the race leader. He sets the pace.
If you're a race fan, I bet your heart's beating a little bit faster right now.
Pace cars in. Coming to green. Green flag. He missed it.
He sure did. All Newman.
And here comes Kobe for second place and blew it for third. Silks apparently spun the tires. He goes back to 4th. Santos battling for 5th. Stefanik stuck behind 6th, and he's got to be steaming. Mike Stefanik thought he could get a run with Ronnie Silk. When Silk didn't go, Stefanik was trapped. He's now the 5th place car, battling side by side with Santos. Blew it for 2nd. On the inside of Doug Kobe. Nice clean pass. Car almost stops in the middle of the corner as he hauls it back in, but now it's the New Jersey native Jimmy Blewett in pursuit of Ryan Newman.
And they are wrecking behind him. 52 of Quarterly and the 58.
Whoa, in the wall hard goes Priest and Santos.
Wow.
Hard hits. And there goes your championship point leader.
Wow.
In a hard crash.
Both those cars badly wrecked. Fortunately, window net goes down on Santos' car. Priest's car thoroughly trashed. Window net down there, so both drivers are okay. Cars are not.
And a third car, who's the third car involved? There's a white car involved there, and that is Glenn Reen. And the front end of his car is demolished.
And he could ill afford to lose a race car, Mike. He has sat out a bunch of races this year. Funding.
Yeah, his dad's orthodontic service is his sponsor. But here's the Mike Bowler car and the Bob Garbarino number 4. Santos out surveying the damage. That all happened so fast, and in the middle of the pack was kind of hard to see what triggered it.
There's Priest walking around his car, scratching his head. How did I ever get into this situation?
Well, let's see if we can find out. There are the 2 of them, nose to tail behind Stefanik. Oh, boy, Ryan Priest.
Yep, just jumped the left rear wheel, and that's one of the things that can happen with these open wheel modifieds. It's so easy to jump a wheel, even with the big Nerf bars.
So much at stake, and one little mistake in an instant puts the field under the red flag and puts 2 of this division's very best cars hard in the wall. 3 laps to go on the board. We'll come back and finish this off.
With deposits in your engine, it can feel like something's holding your car back.
Let me guess, 16.
That's why there's Castrol GTX, with superior protection against harmful deposit buildup. Don't let deposits hold your car back. Get Castrol GTX. It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering.
With 417 foot-pounds of torque, 403 horsepower, and an automatic rear locking differential, the GMC Sierra can do jobs other trucks can't. Never send a truck to do a Sierra's job. Hurry in now before the 2010s are gone and get 0% APR for 72 months on a 2010 Sierra, or choose $5,000 cash back. Plus a year of Sirius XM with commercial-free music and more, including every NFL game.
We're getting ready for a green-white checker to settle the FW Webb 100. Let's take a look at this last crash in detail. Watch the blue car there, just jumping out of line to pass the yellow car, gets a little loose, turns back to the right and climbs Santos's wheel, putting both Preece and Santos into the wall. Bob is with Bobby Santos.
A lot of championship implications today at the Magic Mile. Bobby Santos in that wreck. What was your view of the incident?
I just tried too hard to race everybody clean, and I guess I got no respect out there. That's about it.
Simply said by Bobby Santos.
He is still the point leader, Bob, but not by much. Ryan Newman leads him out of turn 2. We're getting ready for the restart with Doug Coby, Ron Silk, Jimmy Blewett, and Mike Stefanik. Now here's Bob with Ryan Preece.
Ryan Preece just coming out of the infield care center. A big incident up there in turn 3. What did you see?
You know, we were racing real hard, and it's the last 5 laps, and I kind of went in a little over my head, and I got on the brake hard, and it just, you know, skated the front up into Bobby, and we wheel hopped, and, you know, I hate it for them guys, I hate it for my guys, and I know the point lead just got tightened up real big now because I know Teddy was out of it, but sorry to them guys, but, you know, we're racing for the win. If I could go back and do it again, I wouldn't have dove in. I maybe would have laid it a lap, but you really can't do anything. But I got to thank, you know, everybody who's helping us this year. I got to thank Independent Racing Wheel and Mizzy Construction, Reynolds Auto Wreck, and, you know, Big John and everybody who helps us throughout the year.
Humble statement by Ryan Preece.
Getting ready for green-white checker. Here comes Newman with Doug Coby, the 2009 pole winner here. Coby looking to improve on a previous best of 4. He's got a good restart. He's got Jimmy Blewett pushing him down the front straightaway. Newman has no help, but he does have the high groove. Who's going to lead out of 2? Coby with the lead. Newman second. Blewett third. Stefanik. Then Ronnie Silk and Quarterly.
Power move by Newman on the bottom. Classic New Hampshire Motor Speedway move. Gives him the lead again.
White flag, 1 to go.
Blewett on the bottom now, Mike.
Blewett and Coby side by side. Jimmy Blewett. Right in Newman's tire tracks. He'll have 1 chance at the leader in turn 3.
And here he goes. Blewett on the bottom.
Stuffs it in there. It doesn't stick. And Ryan Newman comes right around the outside, and Newman picks up his 3rd checkered flag of the year. Blewett second by a car length, Stefanik 3rd, Coby and Silk 4th and 5th, then Quarterly, Hosfeld, Goodale, Hartman, and rookie Richie Pillai atop 10.
Gary Putnam, the crew chief, and that shot you just saw. Stefanik going by Newman, congratulating him. Newman now waving at Stefanik.
He's won 2 at Loudon and Bristol with car owner Kevin Mannion and team in that Tom Baldwin Sr. tribute design. We'll go to Victory Lane with Ryan Newman next.
Live free and race, New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
The race for the chase is on for the Sylvania 300 on September 19th at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
See you in September at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Buy your tickets now.
Live free and race, New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It just doesn't get any better than this.
Polaris is having a factory authorized clearance, which means you can get financing as low as 3.99% and up to $1,200 in rebates on vehicles like the Ranger RZR or the Sportsman XP or the Ranger XP. That's financing as low as 3.99% and up to $1,200 in rebates. Hey, it's all about the deal. That's all you need to know, right? All deal, no hype. The Polaris factory authorized clearance. Going on now.
We're on the road with the General, talking to people about their auto insurance.
Okay, how many think you're paying too much for insurance? How many are uninsured because you think you can't afford it? Then you need to go to thegeneral.com for a super fast quote. Rates and monthly payments are low, and the down payment's as low as $59. And you'll get instant proof of insurance. For the best car insurance rates online, go to The General and save some time.
Welcome to the center of the universe. Eye of the sheet metal storm. A V8 vortex of soul-stirring thunder and blistering speed. Where pistons pound out the fury of 35,000 horses in unison with 100,000 beating hearts. A world where adrenaline is the fuel of choice. And everything else is just a game.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Ryan Newman has won at New Hampshire. We're headed for victory lane. Stick around for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series setup presented by Polaris. Chris Devoda is next, and the truck race will follow. Ryan Newman has rolled into victory lane with a completely flat right rear tire, of which he was unaware as he climbs out after his third Whelen Modified Tour victory of 2010. Bob Dillner?
And Ryan Newman gets soaked by the crew down here. Mike Joey just noted you have a flat right rear tire. First of all, did you know that?
Coming to the checkered, I felt it. I was loose and really struggled in that last restart there, but got to thank Aggressive Hydraulics, Menards, and ECR Engines, and everybody on Bono's crew here that helps out with this. Everybody kind of pitches in, chips in, and helps out, and it's just a lot of fun to come here and race this race car in this series. A lot of great race car drivers, and just an honor to be go with three for three this year. That's pretty cool.
That's not too shabby. Now, Ryan Preece invited you to Thompson. There's another race for the Southern Mod Tour. When you're in Charlotte, how about it? We gonna see you again?
I told him he split me the jet fuel, we'd be there, but I don't think after his day he's going to entertain that offer. But just got to thank everybody. Whelen Modified Series, they put on a great show, and we made a race out of it there with the flat right rear tire because our car was pretty good. I'll say that for sure.
Go take a look at that tire.
Thank you.
Ryan Newman, the winner. Jimmy Blewett, just a car length back, tried a last-second move, came up a length short. Mike Stefanik, third, and the new point leader. Doug Kobe, Ronnie Silk, teammates fourth and fifth. Quarterly, Hosfield, Goodio, Hartman, and the rookie, Pillai, with a top 10 finish. Wade Cole, the longtime independent campaigner from Connecticut, 14th and on the lead lap. Good run. And there's the rest of the field. Bobby Santos, 20th with championship implications, and Ted Christopher, 30th.
Well, we anticipated a dramatic race. We sure got one. I mean, some of the ups and downs, but particularly with the points, with two of the three contenders for the championship crashing out.
The first of Mike Stefanik's 7 modified championships was 21 years ago. He now finds himself back in the point lead with 2 races to go. Stafford in 2 weeks, Thompson in October to settle it.
And he is going to look to win both of those races.
A great day of modified racing on the Magic Mile. A few spins, a lot of crashes, and the best car won. Ryan Newman's in victory lane. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series setup is next, so stick around right here live on Speed.